Have you ever felt a small itch and wondered, could my body be trying to tell me something? As we age, our bodies begin to speak more subtly. The signals don't always shout. They whisper. A little stiffness in the joints, a bit of fatigue that lingers, or a patch of skin that just won't stop itching. Most of us dismiss these itches as nothing serious. Maybe it's dry skin. Maybe it's just the weather. But what if I told you that in certain places on your body, persistent itchiness could actually be your body's way of waving a red flag? Not just a minor annoyance, but a sign of something deeper, something you shouldn't ignore. In this video, we're going to explore 4 specific areas on your body where itchiness, especially if it doesn't go away, could be linked to serious health conditions. These insights aren't guesswork. They come from years of observation by doctors and researchers studying the signs of aging and the early warnings our bodies give us. Each of these itchy areas can tell us something different about how your blood is flowing, how your organs are working, how your nerves are firing, and even how your body is processing the nutrients it needs to thrive. The goal here isn't to scare you, it's to empower you with awareness, with knowledge, and with a few simple steps you can take to stay ahead of potential problems. Because the truth is, something as small as an itch could hold the key to living longer and living better. And once you learn what to watch for, you'll be more in tune with what your body needs to feel strong, clear, and at peace. So grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and stay with us. By the end of this video, you'll know how to recognize 4 silent signals that could be affecting your well-being without you even realizing it. And if you're new here, now's the perfect time to subscribe and tap the bell icon so you never miss a helpful tip. This channel is all about helping older adults live with more clarity, vitality, and confidence, one smart step at a time. Let's begin. Now let's take a closer look at a spot most people don't associate with deeper health concerns: your lower legs. It might start as a quiet itch around your calves or ankles. Maybe it flares up in the evening or after you've been sitting for a while. No rash, no new lotion or detergent to blame, just that constant urge to scratch. Most people would chalk this up to dry skin or aging, but in many older adults, persistent itchiness on the lower legs is often an early sign of poor circulation, especially a condition known as peripheral artery disease, or PAD. PAD happens when the small blood vessels in your legs narrow or become blocked, limiting the flow of oxygen-rich blood. Without proper circulation, your skin can dry out and become hypersensitive. Muscles get weaker, healing slows down, and yes, the itch begins. Let me tell you about 2 men I met recently, Harold and Dennis, both in their early 80s. Harold still walks every morning. He stretches gently, checks his feet and ankles after his shower, and keeps moving. He hasn't noticed anything unusual lately. Dennis, on the other hand, has become more sedentary. He's been spending long hours on the couch. Over the past few weeks, he's started to notice an annoying itch climbing up his legs, especially after sitting for hours or at bedtime. He tried lotion. He thought it might be the dry air, but nothing helped. What Dennis didn't realize is that his body was whispering, "I need better blood flow." You see, when your legs aren't getting the circulation they need, it doesn't just affect your skin. It puts added stress on your heart, your veins, and your entire vascular system. And studies show that poor circulation, especially in the legs, is closely tied to higher risks of stroke, heart disease, and even cognitive decline in older adults. There's a reason why doctors sometimes call the legs the second heart. The calf muscles help push blood back up to the rest of the body. When they're underused or not getting the support they need, the entire system starts to struggle. But here's the good news. If you catch it early, this kind of itchiness isn't just treatable, it's reversible. Try adding these small habits into your daily routine. Take short walks, even if it's just around the block or inside your home. Elevate your feet while resting to support venous return. Stay well hydrated, as dehydration thickens your blood and slows circulation. Use gentle compression socks if your doctor approves. Cut down on excess salt, which can cause fluid retention and worsen swelling. Even 5 minutes of leg movement every hour can help wake up your circulation and ease that itch over time. So if you've noticed that persistent itch on your lower legs, especially one that lingers without a clear cause, Don't ignore it. Your body might be sending you one of its earliest and most overlooked warning signs. And sometimes listening to that small message today can save you from facing a much bigger one tomorrow. Now here's a spot that's easy to overlook, simply because it's so hard to reach. If you've been feeling a persistent itch across your upper or mid-back, especially one that lingers despite moisturizing or changing detergents, you might want to pause and pay closer attention, because sometimes that itch isn't just skin deep. Doctors who study aging have noticed a striking pattern. Chronic back itchiness in older adults can be an early sign of internal organ stress, particularly involving the liver or kidneys. These two organs are the body's primary filters. They work around the clock to remove waste and toxins from your bloodstream. But when they start to slow down, a common occurrence as we age, those waste products can begin to build up. And one of the earliest places that imbalance shows up? The skin, especially areas like the back, where nerve endings are densely packed and where circulation may be a little slower. Let's look at two women in their mid-70s, Dorothy and Janice. Dorothy takes walks each day and stays well hydrated. She's always had healthy skin and rarely has any complaints. Janice, however, has been feeling unusually tired. Her ankles have started to swell slightly, and she's begun to experience a stubborn itch across her upper back, most often at night. She's tried new soaps, switched to hypoallergenic laundry detergent, and applies lotion before bed. But nothing works. What Janice doesn't yet realize is this. Her body may be signaling that her kidneys or liver are struggling to keep up. When these organs are under pressure, toxins can linger in the blood longer than they should. Over time, this can irritate the skin from the inside out, causing an itch that no lotion can reach. And because this kind of imbalance often develops slowly, many people don't realize anything is wrong until symptoms grow worse. Other signs that can accompany this kind of internal stress include fatigue, trouble sleeping, puffiness or swelling in the feet and hands, brain fog or forgetfulness, digestive changes. Here's the encouraging part. This is something you can catch and improve early, often with a few simple steps in a conversation with your doctor. Start by asking for a routine blood panel that includes liver and kidney function markers. These tests are inexpensive, quick, and can offer a clear picture of what's happening beneath the surface. And in the meantime, here's what you can do to support these vital organs. Drink more water. Aim for 6 to 8 glasses per day. Reduce processed foods and salty snacks that put extra strain on the kidneys. Limit alcohol and avoid over-the-counter pain relievers unless prescribed, as both can burden the liver. Add more leafy greens, beets, and berries, natural detoxifiers, to your diet. And don't forget this one. Listen to your skin. When your back is trying to get your attention, especially with a stubborn itch that won't respond to normal treatments, it may be your body's way of saying, I need a little extra help right now. So the next time you reach for that back scratcher, pause for a moment. It could be more than dry skin. It could be your health whispering through your skin. Let's talk about another overlooked signal your body might be sending, one that hides in plain sight. If you've been experiencing persistent itchiness on your scalp or the back of your neck, and there's no obvious rash, flaking, or allergic reaction, it might be more than just a skin issue. For many older adults, this type of itch is tied not just to the body, but to the nervous system itself. You see, as we age, the body becomes more sensitive to chronic low-level stress, especially in areas where nerve endings are dense and responsive, like the scalp and upper neck. Let's take two gentlemen, Leonard and Ray, both in their late 70s. Leonard leads a calm, balanced life. He tends his garden in the mornings, calls his grandchildren often, and meditates a few minutes before bed. His days have a sense of rhythm and connection. Ray, on the other hand, has had a tougher transition into retirement. He feels isolated, stays indoors more than he'd like, and often finds himself replaying worries late at night. Not surprisingly, he started scratching his scalp more often. First in the evenings, then throughout the day. There's no dandruff, no new shampoo, and no clear skin issue. But the itch won't quit. What Ray doesn't realize is this. His itch might be his nervous system's way of crying out for relief. Scientific studies now show that the scalp and upper neck are among the first places to register chronic stress, thanks to the cluster of highly sensitive nerves in this area. As cortisol, the body's stress hormone, builds up, it interferes with both the immune system and skin health. That's why emotional strain can often express itself physically, through itching, tension, or tingling. In some cases, scalp or neck itchiness may also be connected to early signs of neuropathy, sleep disturbances, or poor quality rest, mild cognitive changes, or even just the wear and tear of loneliness or isolation. But here's the hopeful truth. You can calm the nervous system gently and naturally, and many people notice that the itch fades as their inner world finds more balance. Here are a few small steps that can make a big difference. Spend 10 to 20 minutes outside each day, even just sitting in the sun. Try a short breathing exercise before bed. Inhale slowly for 4 seconds, hold for 4, exhale for 4. Call a friend or family member. Even just a 5-minute check-in can boost your mood. Cut back on stimulating content. Turn off the news earlier in the evening, or swap it for light music or a good book. Consider a scalp massage with a soft brush or fingertips. It stimulates circulation and promotes relaxation. And most of all, check in with your feelings. Sometimes the body scratches what the heart hasn't said out loud. If you've been quietly battling an itch that doesn't seem to make sense, no rash, no product change, no obvious reason, this might be your moment to ask a deeper question. How am I really feeling? Because what you carry emotionally often shows up physically, and your body, wise and intuitive, has its ways of tapping you on the shoulder when it needs attention. So give it that attention. A little bit of calm can go a long way, not just for the itch, but for your whole well-being. Now here's a symptom many people overlook, because it seems too ordinary to matter. If you've noticed a recurring itch on your chest or across your belly, especially when there's no clear rash or skin irritation, it may be time to look beneath the surface. Literally. For older adults, itchiness across the torso, particularly the front of the body, can sometimes signal hidden nutritional deficiencies or malabsorption issues that quietly weaken the body from within. It's not just about dry skin or soap irritation. It may be your body saying, "I'm running low on what I need to stay strong." Let's meet Joyce and Elaine, both 81. Joyce still cooks simple, nourishing meals, small portions, but filled with color: spinach, berries, grilled chicken, the occasional sweet potato. She eats less than she did in her younger days, but she chooses well. Elaine, on the other hand, finds cooking tiring. Over the past year, her appetite has shrunk. She reaches for crackers, canned soup, or toast most days, and lately she's noticed an odd itch spreading across her chest and belly, especially in the evenings. There's no rash, no allergic reaction. She's changed soaps, but nothing helps. What Elaine doesn't know is that as we get older, the body becomes less efficient at absorbing key nutrients, especially vitamin B12, critical for nerves and energy, zinc and magnesium, important for skin, muscle, and immune health, essential fatty acids, which help reduce inflammation and dryness. When these nutrients run low, the skin, particularly in areas rich with nerve endings like the abdomen and chest, can start to signal distress through irritation, dryness, or itchiness. And the issue runs deeper than skin. Undetected nutrient deficiencies can gradually lead to fatigue, muscle weakness, cognitive fog, and a lowered ability to repair tissues or fight off illness. Here's the tricky part. You might not look undernourished. Many seniors maintain a healthy weight, or even gain a little, but still lack essential vitamins and minerals. That's because the problem isn't how much food is being eaten. It's what kind and how well it's being absorbed. But here's the good news. This is one of the easiest issues to turn around. With just a few small upgrades to your daily habits, you can begin to restore what your body needs, often in just a few weeks. Here are some gentle, effective ways to start. Add 1 hard-boiled egg or a few nuts to your lunch. Mix flaxseed or chia seeds into oatmeal or yogurt. Snack on a few slices of avocado or a handful of blueberries. Consider a high-quality multivitamin, especially one formulated for seniors. And of course, drink water throughout the day. Hydration helps every system work better, including your skin. If cooking has become overwhelming, try preparing one colorful plate each day. A little protein, some fruit or vegetables, and something with healthy fat. Even a small change like this can improve not just your skin, but your energy, focus, and mood. So if your chest or belly has been itching for no obvious reason, pause and reflect. Am I nourishing myself with the care I deserve? Your body may not need a big overhaul, just a bit more attention. And responding to that subtle itch today could prevent bigger health concerns tomorrow. Now that we've walked through these 4 unexpected signs, itchy clues your body might be quietly sending, take a gentle moment with yourself. Have any of these felt familiar? Maybe it's the itchy calves that come and go at night. Maybe your mid-back has been bothering you, even though your skin looks fine. Maybe you've chalked it up to age, weather, or a new laundry soap. But what if it's something more important than that? What if your body is whispering, not shouting, asking for better circulation, less stress, or just a little more nourishment? Here's the truth many people miss. Our skin is often the first place internal issues show up, and sometimes a little itch is your body's gentle way of saying, please notice me. But this isn't about panic. It's about partnership. You and your body learning to listen to each other again. Every signal we talked about today is also an opportunity to move a little more so your blood flows freely, to hydrate and eat more mindfully, even in small ways, to slow down and breathe, especially if life has felt heavy lately. These aren't grand changes. They're quiet shifts that build resilience, bit by bit, day by day. If just one part of this video spoke to you, start there. You don't have to do everything at once. Maybe tomorrow, you add a short walk after breakfast, or you start sprinkling chia seeds into your oatmeal. Maybe tonight, you put down the remote and write a few thoughts in a notebook. Small steps count. They always have. And if none of these symptoms ring a bell, that's wonderful. Now you're more prepared. You know what to look for, and you know what to do. Because the goal isn't just to live longer, it's to live with strength, with presence, with peace of mind. So let me ask you, which of these insights will you carry forward? Leave a comment below and tell us, what did you learn today? Was there a moment that made you pause and think, that's me? Your story might help someone else recognize their own. And if this video helped you feel more connected to your health, please consider liking it, subscribing to our channel, and sharing it with a friend or loved one. You never know who might need to hear this message until they do. Thank you for spending this time with us today. We hope it brought you clarity, comfort, and a sense of empowerment. You're not alone on this path, and every small choice you make matters. Until next time, take good care of yourself, because you are worth the effort.